talking about yesterday earthquake. So we have two persons here. Um, Let me see. Jacob and Gemma, welcome. So you guys been waiting so long. So I am here. Guys, please remember when you come in on the live, thumbs up the live and turn on your notification bell so you can know when I do videos like these or I go live. So we will be talking about the earthquake yesterday. So when the earthquake take place yesterday, I was in Savannah Mar, and someone said to me, if I feel that, and I was like, what? Welcome to the third person. I appreciate you being here. And I said, what? And they said, an earthquake. I said, when? How did it happen? And they said, it's just happened a few minutes ago. And I was like, no, I don't feel it. So let me tell you how my morning went. So I went to Scotiabank and then leave Scotiabank. I was in a line of traffic going uptown and it takes me 30 minutes to get uptown. That's how long the traffic was. And when I finally reach uptown, I have to stop at the tax office and it takes me another 25 minutes to get through at the tax office. Even though it was filled of people, the section that I went, there was not much people, but it still take a time for me to get through. Good day, Miss Wright. How are you? Miss Wright is saying good day, Alice. Good day. How are you, my dear? Welcome. So while I was at tax office, people were just going about their business. I leave the tax office and I went to a phone place close by, not far away. You could say on the same plaza. So that's where I went. After leaving the phone place, I went to Shoppers Fair. So between the phone place and the Shoppers Fair, I heard someone say in the supermarket, there's an earthquake. And I said, when? Where? How? And they said, Mr. Wright said, I'm okay. Blessings to you. Thank you very much. Blessings to you too. And I was like, when did it take place? And they said, it take place just a seconds ago. And I said, no one feels it? Everyone in the supermarket said, no. There was a guy with his phone, the little old phone with one little pole panny. Him did I listen to it live. And him said, I in a Kingston it happened. And I said, which part in a Kingston? And he was like, it happens in Portland. And I said, wow, how bad it is. And he said, I don't know, it's 5.2. No, this got me curious. Someone else said in the supermarket it's 5.1 magnitude. So I was like, which one is correct? So this moved me to do my own research to get accurate information of the earthquake that take place yesterday, because it's good when you have information accurately so you don't make a fool of yourself. So I went and do a little research, and when I do the research, I read the magnitude of the earthquake was 5.4, and it occurs in Portland parish around 10:57, and it was 10:57 in the morning. So when it take place, the article says that a magnitude of 5.4 earthquake occurred in Portland parishes in the eastern Jamaica around 10:57, and the epicenter, like you could say, is close by the epicenter, and it was about 4 kilometers, which is 2.5 miles west northwest of Hope Bay. That's how it take place. And they give you specific, they said the tremor occur at the depths of 10 kilometer, which is 6 miles. So it is moderate but very strong. And the shaking was reportedly are close by, as I said, the epicenter. So you could say they feel what was taking place in Kingston and other places. So my take, while the evening time come, you're gonna get TVJ News, you're gonna get CVM News, and you're gonna have social media. So everybody wants to report something. So while I was listening closely, our Prime Minister, Mr. Holiness, comes out and says that no major damage is being done and everyone should take the necessary precaution and stay safe as possible. He also says that the building that are affected by the earthquake, no one should re-enter that building because aftershock is dangerous. Now, I agree with him. It's good information and it's good encouragement. Why I agree with him is because say the earthquake take place and the building is cracked and you don't know, you not see it. You understand me? You go in back to that building. So you are going to continue work or continue do whatever you were doing in that building. And guess what happened? Aftershock, collapse. Where you there? You don't even know say you're there. You don't even know say you lose part of you until somebody find you. So it is good advice not to re-enter the building because aftershock is dangerous. And the reason why I'm talking about it because everybody has their opinion. I don't have an opinion. I'm just saying, me never feel it. And I heard report that this school in Savannah, which is Manning School, they experience it, and the walls are damaged by the earthquake. So I'm saying that if the walls of the school is damaged by the earthquake, no pitney not supposed to go to school this morning because one, if it damaged that bad, they're risking their life, and parents are risking their children's life sending them to school. So I was saying to my niece, if it's so bad, no school should be kept for Mannings because their building is an old building from way back when that the building they exist. They put on little bit new part and refix some of it, but not all of it. Is no, some of it are from way back when. That's how long Manning School exists, way back when. So if them the building they crumble or shake up that it cracks the wall, there's the danger lurking for those children. And the principal should take into consideration the lives of those children in that building. So that's curiosity for me because I'm curious how that part went and if it's true. Now I got other report that Negril experienced it, but I don't know exactly what part of Negril experienced it. I also hear that Little London too, they too experience it. Now you know that when earthquake take place in Jamaica, the first place you hear the news from, it's overseas. Let me show you how. All right, when the earthquake take place, I was, as I said, in the supermarket shoppers fair. I was about completed all my shopping and getting out through the door, and the gentleman was telling me about the earthquake. When I come through the door, another lady passed me and say something about the earthquake. So me now was there talking to the lady. My phone go off, and when I check, my brother in takes and Turks and Caicos sent me a message saying, "Hey, are you okay? I heard that there is an earthquake in Jamaica." So I sent him a voice note saying, "Hey, I'm fine. Yes, there is an earthquake, but it's in Kingston because it's not in Westmoreland because I didn't feel it." And he said, "Where are you?" When I tell him exactly where I'm at, he said, "Maybe because I was in traffic and I was in a building." I said, "I would have experienced it." Sorry about that, guys. Let me turn this phone down. So I said, "I would have experienced it just the same way." So when I said that to him, When I said that to him, he said to me that, okay, I'm gonna check with the others to see if they are fine. And he did. Text him back and said he heard of it is on social media. So when bad things happen in our country, overseas, know it before we were living in the country. And the gentleman, when I was coming home, I get off the bus at the bus stop, walking in, I met a gentleman, and I said, "Did you experience any turbulence or whatever you call it, any earthquake?" And he said, "No." He said, "You know what? I received a call like 25 minutes ago saying that there is earthquake." And I said, "Where did your call come from?" He said, "Canada." And I was like, "Really? Overseas are more connected than we who lives in the country." So this tells me to do my research and get my information and just don't listen to hearsay on social media. But you have to have the good connection to get the proper information. Also, I received a message from a brother stating, "Are you all okay? There is earthquake in some part of Jamaica." That was the first message before my biological brother message comes on my phone. So you see, I was in their thoughts and their minds. So even if it happened where I was, someone was thinking of me because I do receive the message. Saying that to say this, guys, always pay attention to the earthquake center, if I so then call it, because they have information of how we should prepare for these disasters that is occurring all around us. And welcome to the fourth person. Hi, the Design for Greatness says, "Hi, Loyal. Hi, Design for Greatness. I am here talking about the earthquake that happened yesterday, sharing my thoughts on the topic, and also referring to why we are experiencing." Jacob, Design for Greatness is saying hello. Design for Greatness is a content creator, Jacob. And Design for Greatness, Jacob is not a content creator. He is just one of my good supporter. He just supports me right through. If you don't see him response, he's at work. That means he's listening in the background. So I understand if he doesn't respond. And the same goes for Gemma. He's listening in the background. Arlene, Miss Wright says that, let me see. I'm not seeing clearly. Let's see what she said. What I see, video. I'm not seeing it correctly, Miss Wright. Your text did not come through correctly. I don't know what happened. Design for Greatness says, great to have people like him. Yes, yes, yes. Jacob is very nice person. He really support me whenever I go live. Miss Wright, I am not seeing your message. I don't know what happened. I know you're saying something about the earthquake, but I am not seeing it clearly because it's jumbled. I don't know why it comes up like that. It's really jumbled. So the reason Design for Greatness is saying, "Hi, Miss Wright. Hi, Arlene." Miss Wright too is not a content creator. She's a dear friend, a sister, and a supporter. So she supports me, and I know for sure she will support you too. Miss Wright, Design for Greatness is a content creator. No, I am still seeing good day. I don't see why is the message doing like that. I don't know. Something is not right. Miss Wright, you post a message, a text, and Miss Wright said, "Good day, Alice and Gemma." But the text is like They're all over the place. Why is that? Nobody else messages like that. Why is that happening? I don't know. Anyway, let's leave it. I think I can see it a little, but not much. So, yes, guys, the reason why we are experiencing this earthquake, remember what the scripture says about the last days. The last day, the scripture about the last days. Let me see if I can find that scripture. When it spoke about the last days that we are living in, it tells us what will take place. Second Timothy 3 verse 1 says, "But know this, that in the last days critical times hard to deal with will be here." These are critical times that we're living in. It gives us a rundown of what will take place in the last days. It tells us about people, how they will behave, how they will act towards each other. It tells us about um, things, the weather pattern that will be changing. Hi, Betsy. Okay, blessing. Ali thought she send you video after earthquake. No, I haven't sent any video after earthquake. Guys, I don't know why the message or the text. I would have to log in on my other phone to see why am I not seeing the message clearly. This message is all over the place and it's jumbled together. I don't know why that is happening. I have no clue why I'm experiencing that. This is not this is not good. All right, let's see. I'm reading from my other phone because I'm not seeing it. I don't know what happened. Miss Wright said, "I thought I sent you videos of the earthquake." No, I haven't get any videos of the earthquake. I did not receive it. Maybe it didn't come. Design for Greatness said, "Great people to have, great to have people like Jacob." Guys, one moment. I'm gonna mute you. I'm receiving a call. Guys, sorry about that business. So yes, I am going to go through all these. Design for Greatness said, "Hi Arlene, hi Gemma." And Design for Greatness said, "Arlene said she thought she sent you videos of the earthquake." Oh, so I don't know why I am not seeing the text clearly. Something clearly wrong with this phone. And I take it to the phone place yesterday, you know. Welcome to the fifth person. I really appreciate you here. Miss Wright said, "Okay, I did send you video of places that were damaged in Jamaica. Um, I just see those messages coming in. So if you sent it yesterday, they didn't come in until today. I'm sorry about that. But I will definitely take up I will definitely download this video to see if I can share it with the audience. I mean those pictures to share with the audience because clearly they won't be seeing the video. So yes, as I was saying, the scripture help us to see that we are in the last days, and these are things that take place in the last days. It says critical time hard to deal with, and it gives us a rundown of those critical time. First, it starts about men, mean people in general. It tells you what they will be doing. It says they will love themselves, and they would love money, and they will be boastful, haughty, blasphemers, disobedient to them parents, and they will be unthankful and disloyal. Right? It's also said in verse 3, they will have no formal affection. The Bible said no natural affection. They will not be open to any agreement. And they will be slanderers without self control and fierce without love of any goodness. So when he talks about slanderers, some of them behavior now in the street, terrible. Welcome to the 6 persons. I really appreciate you. We have 6 person here and only 4 thumbs up. It would be nice to get the thumbs up from the other 2 persons. So it goes on to show what the world is portraying, just like the scripture is saying. So you can say the scripture is being fulfilled by what is happening. So verse 4 said, they will betray you. It used the word betrayers, mean they will betray you. They're headstrong, puffed up. You get what I'm saying? And full of pride. Lovers of pleasure. Lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. So things that brings them pleasure, they will love that more than have any godly devotion. And look at what the scripture said at verse 5. It said, having appearance of godliness, but prove false to the power. And from these, the scripture encourage all of us, turn away from them. We don't need this kind of attitude. So we must not be frightened when these things are happening around us. There is another scripture that talk about earthquake. It talks where the earthquake will take place. It says it will take place in diverse places. Let me find that scripture for you. And that will sweeten the deal for you guys. So when it talks about earthquake, it talks about when the earthquake will take place and how it will take place. I'm finding the exact scripture. Hold on, guys. Um, let's see. It's in the book of Matthew. I'm coming. I'm searching for it. Hold hold on. No. Yeah. I'm searching for the scripture, guys, the exact scripture. I don't want to stray away from the point, so I'm using my tablet to search for the scripture. So it says there will be earthquake in diverse places, wars and rumors of war, and it also says that the earthquake will not happen in the same place. When it said diverse places, mean all over. So if you guys remember Haiti, you remember how the earthquake they mash up Haiti? I have experienced an earthquake once, twice, three times. When I was a young girl, about um 12, 13, I remember experienced that earthquake and it shakes everything. I think we were used to live in a board house. We never lived in a concrete house yet. And me experience it. And that was a tough one. And I remember experiencing it while I was living in Negril. One time I was lying in bed and the whole place was shaking out and I said, "Oh my God, why do I feel so upset?" And then when I jumped out of the bed, I realized the closet was moving and I run to the doorway and stand in between the doorway underneath the door frame. And then I called to my neighbor and said, "There's an earthquake," and she was outside. The way she got so scared, she went outside and stand in the open. And I tell her that wasn't good enough. She should have stayed underneath the doorpost. Then the next time I experienced it, I was at work and I was inside the bar serving. While I was in the bar serving, um, the glass that hangs on the I would say on the shelf, they were moving towards the front and shaking all over the place. And before I realized it was earthquake, I grabbed hold on to the sink and said, "Oh my God, I feel so dizzy. I didn't eat all morning and I feel like I'm about to collapse." And I'm there praying, "Please God, please don't let me collapse. Please don't let bad feeling kill me. Give me a few minutes to run to the kitchen to eat something." And while I was there praying and saying that to God, I was like, it's like someone says, "Stop praying and get out the bar immediately." And I listened to the voice and rush. When I rushed outside, the concrete was doing this. I was standing and the whole concrete was moving. And I saw all the guests in the dining room and the boss, one of the boss run outside. The other one sit at the table calmly. And I remember the other workers, they were laughing. The elderly worker, along with me, was just having not feeling so good because it upsets our stomach. And I remember I heard her screaming, and the girls at the front desk were screaming towards a lady sitting on the pool. And the lady was sitting on the pool, and the water bubbles up and knock her over inside the pool. And the security that was at the front didn't even think of himself at that moment. He dived into the pool, guys, to save that guest life. He did not think of himself that moment. He was only thinking of saving that guest's life. And by the time I watched all of that event unfold and learn it was an earthquake, I see the ocean bubble up and rush into shore. Oh my God. It was an experience. And for the whole day, I was like this, fanatic, scared. That hunger that I was feeling wasn't hunger, it was like fright. That fright feeling. I didn't eat anything that day at work. I went home feeling that same fear and fright. And as I look for as I look for the scripture, I will share it with you. That scripture is what comes to my mind. Why can't I find the scripture? It's taking me to Matthew 2 and look, a great earthquake take place and descend to heaven. No, that's not the scripture I'm looking for. Let's see if this is the scripture. Um, but when the army officer and those with keeping watch, no, that's not the scripture. Why am I not? Let's see. Let's see if I find it. Guys, why is this not given? Just a moment, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Um, I'm gonna look for that scripture. I'm gonna bear patient and look for that scripture. I should remember that scripture, but I don't. Miss Wright, if you remember that scripture, can you please share it with me? Please. I can't remember it. I remember exactly what it said, but I can't remember it. So I am going to do what I do best and do my little research while I'm talking to you guys so I can drive the point home that I want to drive home. All right, let's see if I find it. Um, Matthew 27:54. All right, 27. I'm coming, guys. My bad. No, that's not the one that I'm looking for. It's giving me scriptures, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Um, the one that I'm looking for, the scripture that says that there will be earthquake and wars and rumors of war, but earthquakes in diverse places. Is it possible that you can remind me the scriptures? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember exactly where to find that scripture. Can you help me out, please? Um, Mark. Uh, 1, 2, 3. Um, Still can't believe it. How can I not remember? Take a deep breath and relax. You can find the scripture. It is right there. You're just not looking in the right place. Why my head is not? Um. Okay. Let's try this one. Um. that's not the one. All right, let's look at this one. Verse 8. Yes, I found it. I found it. I found it. All right, it's reported in Mark 2. So it's Mark 13, verse 8, where it talks about nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there will be earthquakes in one place after another, and there will also be food shortages. These are the beginning of pangs and distress. So with the earthquake that take place in Jamaica and other places that we all experiencing, the scriptures already give us the information that we need, that we should look out for these things, because this is what gonna happen in the last days and near to the great tribulation, because the great tribulation is gonna occur. But before the great tribulation take place, we have to experience these things. If you continue to read the book of Mark, further down in that scripture, it says, "As for you, look out for yourselves. People will hand you over to local courts, and you will be beaten in synagogues and be put on the stand before governors, kings, for my sake, for a witness to them." So Jesus words, he made Mark penned it so we can benefit from it. So he was here encourage us to be prepared for what will happen in the last days or in our time. So if you notice right now, Israel is at war. Before that, it was Russia and Ukraine, if I'm correct. They are at war, and diverse places. So you got Russia, Ukraine, and whatever you might call it. Then you have Israel and some other country, and then you have earthquake. Remember a few years or 2 years or 3 years ago, Haiti hit by a massive earthquake just the same, and a lot of damage has been done and plenty life have been lost. And now our yesterday in our country, we experience the Jamaicans, many Jamaicans, I should say, instead of saying we, because I didn't experience it. Many Jamaicans in the Kingston area have experienced a 5.4 magnitude of earthquake that affect the island, and no life was lost, and that's a blessing. Miss Wright said, Matthew 24, verse 3 down. Thank you very much. I also find it in Mark 13 and verse 8. I really appreciate that. I was looking for it in Matthew, but I keep forgetting. I can know it is in Matthew, but I couldn't remember the exact chapter and verse. So thank you very much. So one scripture backs up the other scripture, so it's harmonious. So you can't find it in one, you look in the other. So yes, guys, we are in the very last days of the time of the system to come to an end. All these things that we are experiencing them because the scripture tells us that we would have to go through them, and the scripture has to fulfill. There are gonna be another massive one that's coming. Some of us might lost our life along the way, and some of us may not live to see it. Old age may consume us, our sickness may consume our life, and we may not experience it. But the great tribulation is gonna be a tough one for many of us. So, wherever life lead us and take us, one thing for certain, what we need to do is focus on what God have in store for all of us. In order to do that, we need to build a relationship with God. Relationship with God is better than what we build with mankind. And we need to always pay attention to God's word so we can benefit ourselves. So we can be prepared for what lies ahead. Jesus said, whoever lost their life to serve him will gain their life. And whoever lost their life for the world can gain nothing because they didn't do it for him. And guys, you have to learn to love your neighbor. Yes, practice it because we're gonna need it in the time of the end. We are going to go through some tough time. So what we are experiencing now is preparing us for what lies ahead. So that's my 2 cents on the earthquake that affects us yesterday here in Jamaica. The Prime Minister is encouraging everyone in the country to be cautious and pay attention to the warning that I think is the ODPM office has given, or the weather center, or whatever you call it, the center that give out information during this difficult time. We must pay attention to it. If we experience any form of earthquake, aftershock is dangerous. Please do not re-enter a building after the earthquake passes, because that building can have crack and you go back inside the building and you can lose your life. It can. The aftershock can affect that same building and everything just collapse. If you're in the building while the earthquake is going on, stand in the doorway, go underneath a table. Yes, on a social media platform, when the earthquake was being advertising on social media and also on the news platform, Cliff Hughes did the best thing. That was more than a 2 cent. That's a pot full of blessing. Miss Wright said that was more than 2 cents. That's a pot full of blessing. I agree with you. Thank you very much. And that live when Cliff Hughes was doing his talk show, Cliff Hughes said, "Oh my God, we are experiencing an earthquake." And guess what Cliff Hughes did? He stayed calm. And guess what he did? He go underneath the table. He forgets about who was on the line. He's protecting himself, and that was a very smart move. And he did it so calmly by not sending up in blood pressure. Because if he did send up in blood pressure, he not even know the outcome. He not even know who not survive because him fall asleep in a dead. So he did it the best way and the smartest way. Underneath the table, save himself. We can follow him example. People on social media are taking it as a laughing stock, but it's not a laughing stock. He did something very good. Only learn from him. Go on one table and save on yourself. Design for Greatness said, yes, that is how some people, let me see, some people are told so selfish. Yes, very selfish. Instead of acting with good sense and save themselves and others, they act selfishly, make a mockery out of something that the man did that was smart. So nobody on social media don't even see the good sense of what the man do. He was there talking and he said, "Oh my God." So the listener that was giving his 2 cents about whatever was happening in the country, if he was paying attention when he said, "Oh my God, it's an earthquake," and he dived underneath the table, that person was keep on talking. It's when the earthquake actually do what it's supposed to do, it knocks out all signal. So if he did lost his life in the building, who knows? Is when the people them come to look for the people them were living were in the building their work, then would have find say him dead. So him know what to do. Him go under one table and save himself. Guys, if you take note and stop laugh when things like these happen, learn from the elderly, them smart. Find on yourself one elderly friend, one can learn something from them and gain knowledge. We young and inexperienced, but them experience it already. Him know under one table or in the door frame. No door frame then did that. Him then think about door frame. You know say, boom, under the same table with me at work. Good to go. If the column or the ceiling they come down, upon the table they come down. The heavy weight of it. And saving life. He might be shake up, but he's still alive. He can talk about one experience. So somebody else can learn from him. Me see one next social media person. Macri. Oh, Cliff Hughes did this. Come on, guys. It to show you how to save yourself. Cause it might happen again and probably worse. So this is where I'm going to end the live and tell you guys to be smart. All the information that you guys receive from the Prime Minister and from the elderly about earthquake, take it to heart. Check on family and friends that live in Kingston and further down from Kingston, because they might experience it too, and see if they are doing well after the earthquake. Some persons will say they don't feel it, but if they walk around their building and check the building, they might know that the building experienced it, but they may not feel it. And if the building is cracked, please put things in place where you can fix the crack. Some cracks are unable to fix because no money no they do certain things, but life is important. God value life, we value life too. And if we want better information than what the Prime Minister is giving, God word, the Bible, will give us the information because it's there already. He tell us that these things will take place. We must not be surprised. His word, the Bible, has given us the information we need to live on. You're a Christian, God word is there to help you. Please do not be surprised. No send up your blood pressure when these events is taking place. You will die before you completely experience what is gonna take place. Keep calm and be alert. All the information, follow it, and you will save your life and others. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. And stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. The reason why I'm ending the live so early, I have another appointment. My day is so busy and I'm grateful. I have another appointment at 5 and I want to fill that appointment. So bye, stay blessed. Before I say bye exactly, Miss Wright, thank you for being here. Design for Greatness, I really appreciate you for being here with me. Jacob and Gemma, you are here. You are in the background. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.